Howdy YouTube, a really cool figure review for you today, and that's because we're taking a look at the Titanfall 2 Pilot Jack Cooper action figure. This looks really cool, lots of great detail. In all seriousness, Titanfall 2 is probably the most fun I've had playing a first-person shooter in a long time. The latest Call of Duty, which used to be the standard bearer for FPS games, really, to me, feels like a cheap copy of Titanfall 2. Really love the addition of a single-player campaign. I think that was a great decision. There's only two things that really bother me about the game. One, the absence of split screen. I think that is a fundamental mistake. I'm a little bit older, so I like to have my friends come over and actually see them and talk with them face to face, grab lunch with them, play video games, and you can't do that with Titanfall 2, which is why I guess I'm lucky I also have Call of Duty, because that does have split screen. So Titanfall 3, I really hope they include that. It's such a fundamental thing. Games don't do it these days. It really pisses me off. So that's the first one. The second one is a single player mode that you can play by yourself with bots, just to practice. Sometimes it's fun to go in there and shoot things without actually going online. So a practice or a training mode, which again COD has that Titanfall 2 doesn't, that again detracts from the game. Other than that, the gameplay is fantastic. The multiplayer is fantastic. But again, I think it just needs more single player experience. And I wish games would do that these days. It's not just Titanfall 2, it's a lot of things. But those to me are the areas that Call of Duty is better than Titanfall 2. Other than that, though, love the story in Titanfall 2. Great. I like how they make the Titans feel special and important. I like the whole backstory with Jack. Without spoiling too much, at the start, basically, he's not a pilot. He becomes one. His mentor is sort of killed, and you inherit his Titan, and that's all I will say on the story. But a really cool game, a really cool-looking figure. Nice artwork of Jack there. Taking a look at the back. It says 1 of 8. But I haven't actually seen what the other 7 figures are. I'm really keen to, because this one looks outstanding. Really keen to get it opened up and out of packaging. Being a McFarlane figure, it is going to have a little bit limited articulation, but visually it looks outstanding. So with that, let's get Jack opened up and out of packaging. Okay, so here we have Jack opened up and out of packaging. Visually, a very impressive looking figure. As an action figure, it is not great. Lots of problems with articulation, and really, I guess, why McFarlane has never been able to match NECA. But as like a statue, it is fantastic. So I'll run through everything. I'll bring it forward so you guys can take a look at the face. Great detailing there. Visually, the figure looks very impressive. Hopefully, you can see the head scan. They absolutely nailed the detailing. Looks great. Taking a look at the back. All of the McFarlane figures have always been very impressive in terms of their paint application and detail. Very accurate to how you look in the game. It is nice. Visually, I can't fault the figure. They nailed the paint scheme on it. It does look excellent. Where the figure falls down is the articulation. Now, instead of using ball joints, McFarlane has opted for the cheaper swivel joint, which has a lot of problems. If this was 2000 or the late 90s, yeah, fine. But in 2016, now 2017, really not great. So he has a swivel head, swivel arms, swivel in the elbow, swivel wrists, nothing in the waist, and swivel legs, no bends at the knees, and swivel in the feet, but it is very ball jointed ankles. So a little bit more in the ankles, but again, extremely limited articulation, which means it is a real battle to actually pose this guy in anything moderately decent. And his hand looks not that great. Okay, so it isn't a swivel joint. It's actually the weird McFarlane joint, which isn't a ball joint. It's something of its own, which I've never been a fan of. They used to do it all the time with the Halo figures, and it always annoyed me, to be honest. So detailing great, but articulation not fantastic, if I'm honest. Okay, and here we have Jack posed with the machine gun that he comes with. He has a few other accessories which are really cool. He comes with the pistol, which literally clips in. that's one thing I love that McFarlane do that not a lot of companies do, and that's they give you lots of accessories, but there is somewhere to put all the accessories, and that is a big thing for me because I hate losing stuff, and McFarlane have always been, to their credit, very good with doing that sort of stuff. Again, you can see the knife has a bit of trouble going in just because of the swivel joint. It makes it really hard to pose this guy in any decent position. So visually, an outstanding looking figure. Take a look at the detail of like the tattoo on the arm and things like that. If you're looking for a Titanfall 2 statue, then absolutely this is fantastic. One thing I will say is that I'm really happy with the level of merchandise that we've gotten for Titanfall 2. The figures are fantastic. Again, I really don't like pop vinyls, but the Titanfall 2 pop vinyls look outstanding. They are fantastic. He also comes with a display base. What's good about this, I guess, is that you can use it as a statue and also as a figure to some extent. So it is a multi-purpose thing. It does look cool. I'm excited to display this. And I'm a huge fan of the video game. As I say, I've not had that much fun playing a first-person shooter for a very long time. A great game, great figure. It retails for around the $30 mark. You can probably find it for a little bit cheaper if you search around. Well worth picking up if you're a Titanfall fan. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this review on the McFarlane Pilot Jack Cooper action figure.